Evening to you all. I'm not back again, I'm there again with you. So, how are you all? Let's learn some more in English today. And now, again, today, I want to tell you one thing. A human brain has got a capacity, a phenomenal capacity for adaptation, for learning, for increasing ourselves in the right perspective. But that is if we channelize ourselves, and that we must do, because that is the thing which is important for us. We are not animals, we are humans. We should know what is best for us. This is the food for thought for you all today. Food for thought, something to contemplate, something to think, and something to do. So let us now today learn English the our way, and that is my storytelling way. You're learning through the storytelling process. Alright, and today I'll give you the heading of the story much later. I'm just going to narrate something very heart touching, overwhelming to you. Once what happens, there's a girl. She is traveling on her scooter, and while she is traveling, what happens? There is a truck which is coming from the other side, and it collides. And when the truck collides with the girl falls and she gets terribly hurt. Now an ambulance is called and she is taken to the hospital. The next day, the girl tries to raise her arms. She tries to raise her body. She tries to open her eyes. But she is unable to do anything of this nature. She could not do all that. But it was something very strange. She could hear. She was hearing her parents in desperation crying. She was hearing the doctors talking to each other, telling that the patient is in coma and it is very difficult for the patient to revive back or come back. Now she realized what had happened to us. She wanted to raise her arms and tell everybody that she can hear, she's alive, but she couldn't. What a situation the girl had landed into. And then what happened? Suddenly she didn't know what to do. Her mother was coming and meeting her, but then she gave up. She felt that her daughter is a liability to her. She's a burden for the family. The expenses of the hospital were too much. The father was earning, but it was very difficult for him to make both ends meet. So, he was doing overtime also. But the father really loved the daughter. He used to come daily to her, hold her hand, talk to her, remember about the old memories, and feel happy and feel sad also for what a plight his daughter was in. Now the mother was reluctant to take the daughter home. The father insisted that he'll work more and earn a little more money so that he can meet the hospital expenses. And because of the efforts of her father, she was able to get back home. Now she came to the room, and in that room, it was a big room. The mother suddenly became, she was a little greedy maybe, or she was fed up of her. The reasons were unknown. And then she told that they will shift the daughter to the storeroom, and this big room can be used for her mother or for some other purpose. And in the bargain, the poor child was shifted to the storeroom. And she was, 26 years old at that time. Or maybe she was 24 years old at that time. Now the father, he goes away to earn more money to, take care of all the requirements of the girl, because she was in coma and she was on a ventilator, and then they had employed a nurse also, so it was not so very easy. Now, being at home, the mother was not responding, she was not meeting the girl, so she had already lost her mother because of her illness. And very soon after that, she realized that the father was also not coming to meet her, and then she felt maybe her father has also the pain, the agony, the sorrow of losing the near and dear ones. After 6 years, when she was almost nearing 30, her father came back, and the pleasure of his touch when he came and he held her hand, a miracle took place. It was a medical miracle. No doctors had any hope, that she would get back to her senses and she would revive back and get healthy again. But she did. And you know why all this happened? It was all because of love, because of the affection of her father. She got back to her normal self, because she wanted to tell her father that she was able to hear everything. And just for this reason, she got well once again. So you see what love and affection can do to a person. So, what should be the heading of this story? I would give a very pleasant heading to this story saying, meeting is a pleasure, separating is a pain. But here, meeting is a miracle, and she gets well and she's all okay. God bless her. And now that you've heard the story very nicely, after hearing this story, you should rehearse this story once in your mind, repeat it again and again, and after that try to remember all the words, all the sayings, the way the plot has been set and how I have explained it, and try to imitate me and try to go in front of the mirror and express yourself. And in this way you will not realize, if you continue to narrate these stories in this manner, in this fashion, very slowly but steadily, you will be a winner. Nothing is impossible. Impossible is a word in the Fool's Dictionary. So to enhance your listening skills, storytelling is very important. All the 4 skills of English, reading, writing, listening and speaking, they all go together. The more nicely you listen, the more nicely you read, the more nicely you'll be able to speak. So practice makes a man perfect. Do that. Thank you. That's